I'm born to fly. I'm going to try. I'll just keep going until I rise. What up, y'all? It's your boy, Bellum, and this is We Got Bell Money Presents Perspectives. So I just want to kick off this pilot episode. First off, let me tell y'all what this podcast is about. It's about just bringing a different perspective that you don't hear too often. I mean, you hear a lot of topics online, and you often get the common responses, you get the tag-alongs, and I just wanted to bring something different, perspective that I have that you just really, you don't often get that online. So let me bring it to you. So I'm going to take a lot of topics from different things that I'll see in the media, things that I see online, and I'll just give the perspective that I have on it. And, feel free to leave comments, give your feedback, give me ideas for topics that you guys would like to hear about or would like to hear my perspective on. I feel like I have a vast perspective. I do my best not to isolate. I try to think from other people's circumstances in order to gain an understanding. I don't want it to be limited just to my experiences, but I put myself in other people's shoes. Empathy, and that really can carry us a long way, I believe. So one of the things that I've seen online, and I'm seeing more often now, is married single mothers. So first off, let me just say, my perspective is it's not a thing. It doesn't exist. This is not to discount all of the women who truly work hard and take care of their children, take care of the household, and they feel that they do not have help. But I think that falls more along the lines of the confines of your relationship and the strength of your partnership. I don't think that it enables you to be able to call, or reference yourself as a single mother. The reason I say that is, one, initially, before my mom was married, she raised me and my brother as a single mother. And from my perspective, being a single mother comes along with a whole lot more than just being the only person that takes care of a child or takes care of a household. When you have a partner, there's less concern, especially, for you women, when there's a man in the house, there's less concern about, what's going to happen. Is someone going to try to break in? Is a man going to try to follow me home? Is he going to try to take advantage of me? Because people, more often than not, they case things and they find out what's going on, so they know that you got somebody, that you're with somebody, and they want to find a lick. They want to find an easy situation, an easy win. And when it comes to single mothers, it is much easier to have a lick on a person who's truly single than a person who feels single. There's a certain amount of security that comes with being in a relationship. There's a certain reduction in responsibility. True single mothers, some of them have to work multiple jobs. So where does that leave them with their children? Maybe they have to leave them with somebody in a family. Maybe they don't have the family, and they have to leave them with somebody who's not as trusted as a family member. So, along those confines, I think that you take away from really what a single mother actually goes through and what they have to put up with and the strength that they have to have when you actually have someone to rely on. So I feel like it's taken away. That's truly my perspective on that one. Leveling up, ascending to new plateaus, growth. What is it and what it means to stay in one place? So a lot of times we think leveling up has to deal with our pockets, the financials, or the materialistic things that we own, or our presentation to people, how good we're able to look, how well we present ourselves. But the truth, I feel, goes way beyond that. You're leveling up if your mentality is one that couldn't accept reality previously, but now you're in a place where you can accept reality, where you can accept more things, therefore you can deal with more things because you're taking it from a more realistic perspective. That in and of itself opens up the doors to so many more things, allows you to gain so much more, allows you to learn so much more. So it's not always about something that somebody else can put their finger on, but it's about your mentality and where your mentality is able to take you, because things gained through somebody else's work is not things that you've earned, but it is things that they've earned and utilized you or earned and gained through you, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that you leveled up, right? Or if I go sign a deal for 500K, of course that 500K got to go into all the production and the things that the deal is actually paying for. That's that 500K front money, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that I leveled up. I may come out of that deal with maybe $30,000 after taxes and after everything is paid for, and we know that $30,000 is gonna go quick. You got maybe 3 months, and that $30,000 is gone, and that's if you're kind of smart with the money. So it's not always about what other people see, but it's about sustainability. And that's why I tie it back into a mindset. If you got that mindset, that's yours. No one can take that away from you. So true plateaus, true leveling up, from my perspective, definitely ties solely back into mentality. So what is everybody looking for, right? We talk about wealth, we talk about fame, we talk about legacy, you know what I mean? But what is all of that truly about? What does it bring us? I believe that it all ties back into our happiness. We're all seeking that thing that makes us happy. And for a lot of us, that happiness is actually building a family, getting your life partner, having your children if you want children, and then tagging on the rest of those things, right? Having that career, building that legacy, getting that wealth, and taking care of your health. And not necessarily in that order. So I say all of this to say, when we look at relationships and the person that we choose and who we want to be with and the way we handle our relationships, are we really handling those right? See, what I often see is most people, they expect the relationship to be the easiest thing in the world. I want to be able to get the person that's perfectly for me. This person that was made and created for me. My, what do you call those? The twin souls or soulmate or, twin flame, whatever the case may be. But a lot of times, that's just not realistic. In fact, whenever I hear those type of stories where you just met this person and you got married 2 weeks later or 6 months later, to me it's more along the lines of a fairy tale. Puppy love goes away. Infatuation goes away. And unless you're just obsessed with this person, which is totally unhealthy, that thing that you get in the beginning, that spark that starts the relationship, is not the thing that's going to sustain it. But for some reason, many of us do not want to put our efforts into what's one of the most important things that can be in our lives. If you have a partner, obviously, if that relationship is not equal relationship and a relationship where you guys can, bounce off of each other, grow, depend on one another, have a true partnership, then it's not where it needs to be. And then that could affect all of the other areas in your life. So quickly, since a lot of us think that, what's going to make us happy is that fortune or that fame or that wealth or that legacy, at the end of the day, none of those things are truly what brings us the joy. We want that truth. We want the reality. And a lot of us just look at life and say, hey, that's not what's going to work. I don't see it working for them, so I no longer believe in it. So it's almost like you're giving up on your own dream and your own desire to be happy, and you're just saying that, I'm going to take whatever is accessible. But all true things worth having are worth working for. And if the most important thing in your life is happiness, then you need to be able to be happy with the person alongside you. And that's not something that's just going to come at the drop of a dime. It's going to take work. So nothing worth having is easy to get. Put that work in for that love. Personal relationships have become the new business. I say this because when you look at people talking about business and when you own a business or you're at a high level in a business and you're working to grow that business, to have different partnerships, to venture off, oftentimes it is based on the social relationship that you're able to gain. But for some reason, at this point in time, it really just feels like we've gotten away from the essence of it being business. Business is business. At the end of the day, there is a bottom line with business. And as much as we would like to have these personal relationships to make the business easier, ultimately the goal in business is to grow your business. So a lot of times personal feelings do not belong in business, but for some reason many believe that that is, the vital part of the business. Yes, you need to be able to work with people. You need to be able to be cordial. You need to be able to build your relationship, have an understanding with one another, but it is not personal. So when you're getting into business, when you're dealing with people, and when you're growing, just remember that it is never personal when it comes to business. Business is business. Some people honestly think that what they want for themselves is what others want. So we often, and it's very common, that we think with a mindset that believes that others think with the same mindset. Let's not forget that we're all different creatures. We're all different beings. We don't all run off of the same things. We don't all have the same goals. We don't all have the same end game. Yes, I do say that happiness is one common thing that we all want in some shape, form, or fashion. But that doesn't mean that we're all wanting it from the same lanes, or that the same things are going to bring us to happiness. Some people are good with the bare minimum as long as they've got great relationships in their life with their family, with their friends, with their partners. But other people, they're not satisfied with that. There's a little bit more. They have expectations of others, and they want you to have quality. For instance, there's classism. And not to say one thing is right or wrong, it's just having an understanding of people. We are all different beings. So, when it comes to building relationships, linking with people, it'll do us very well to remember that not everybody has our perspective. Therefore, communication is key. This has been the pilot episode of We Got Bell Money Presents Perspectives. We just getting this thing started. In the future, we're going to bring on more topics. I'm going to have guests. We're going to grow this thing, but I just want to get it kicked off. I want to let y'all know that, hey, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We're all fallible, but we all got the right to believe in ourselves. And your imperfection, you accepting that, is what is leading us to the perfect human being. Much love to everybody. Yeah.